AI is incredible. It can teach you how to fry an egg and even write a poem, pirate style. Yarr! But it knows nothing about your work. Slackbot is different. It doesn't just know the facts. It knows your schedule. It can turn a brainstorm into a brief. And it doesn't need to be taught. Because Slackbot isn't just another AI. It's AI that knows your work as well as you do. Visit slack.com/meet Slackbot to learn more.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
The Speaking with Confidence podcast turns 2 in February. So one special listener will get a present. I'm excited to announce a special opportunity. I'm giving away 1 free 3-hour one-on-one coaching package that focuses on communication and leadership skills. To enter, simply listen to the Speaking with Confidence podcast and leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Then, take a screenshot of your review and share it on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram. And don't forget to tag me. You have to tag me to be entered. You can earn additional entries by purchasing my new book, Connections Account, and leaving a review on Amazon and posting that as well. Again, don't forget to tag me. The contest closes on February 16th, 2026, so don't wait to take action. Implementing the insights from these podcasts can elevate your career, and who knows, you might just win that coaching package to help you further. Now, on to the show. Welcome back to Speaking with Confidence, the podcast that helps you build the soft skills that lead to real results. Communication, storytelling, public speaking, and showing up with confidence in every conversation that counts. I'm Tim Newman, a recovering college professor turned communication coach, and I'm thrilled to guide you on a journey to becoming a powerful communicator. Last week, I attended PodFest 2026 Multimedia Expo and Conference and gave a 5-minute Pecha Kucha presentation. For those that don't know what Pecha Kucha means chit-chat in Japanese. It is essentially a storytelling presentation. This version of Pecha Kucha, I had 5 minutes and 20 slides. The slides automatically advance every 15 seconds. And I wanted to tell my story of overcoming my fear of public speaking and to encourage others not to let their fears stop them from either starting a podcast or becoming a guest on podcasts. Today, I'm going to go through the presentation and give coaching advice just as if I were coaching one of you. The presentation was on January 15th, but I had to submit my slide deck no later than December 15th. So I had to script the talk, practice the talk, make revisions, etc., then build the slide deck. Over the month between when I submitted the slide deck and the presentation, I really felt like I needed to make some changes. I was able to make some changes, but not big ones. And overall, I probably practiced the presentation for about 15 to 20 hours. So let's start, and I will stop the video periodically and give coaching. I also gave the transcript from the presentation to ChatGPT. They weighed in on the good, the bad, and the ugly. And just so you know, ChatGPT hit some of my exact points and had some other opinions as well. So make sure that you use it as well to help you get better in your presentations. So as my coach Roddy Galbraith says, off you go.
Next up, Senator Dan, a recovery college professor as well as a NACDO leadership certified speaker to your coach and extra facilitator. Welcome, Tim.
Thanks. I am so glad this hotel is not one.
So I'm going to stop it here first. My first critique is I started too fast and should have waited for the applause from the audience. And just one other quick thing. This was on the main stage, and there were approximately 300 people in the audience.
Those high-rise hotels, with the glass elevators. Those things are terrifying. I actually have to turn around and face the wall like I did when I was a kid and used to get in trouble. Anybody else here scared of heights? Anybody?
Next, I would not suggest that you turn your back on the audience. I can probably get away with it because I was demonstrating something, but turning your back is generally not a good idea.
There you go. I see you. Believe it or not, I went against all of my survival instincts that I had and became a paratrooper. See, I was part of the 82nd Airborne for 3 years, scared to death of heights, still scared. And people say, Tim, well, why'd you jump out of airplanes? You're so scared. There's a couple reasons. First, my dad was a paratrooper, so why not? And two, I got to do it before my big brother, so I became number one in the family for a minute. But what people don't understand is when you get in that plane and the jump master says go, you're going out that door because somebody behind you is pushing you. So whether you're scared or not, you're falling. And the other thing is, the Army does not negotiate with your fear of gravity. So I got out of the Army when I was 21. And everybody knows at 21, you know absolutely everything there is to know.
All right. So I had a good opening, comparing the glass elevator to being a paratrooper. I established fear and credibility without bragging. I also got a few laughs, which buys me a little bit of grace. The not so good parts here is I didn't tie the fear of heights into my call to action. And so at this point, the audience, we're a minute and 20 in, and the audience is still kind of waiting, for what's the point, okay? ChatGPT says, I need to keep the line, the Army does not negotiate with your fear of gravity forever. I'll kind of keep that in mind.
And I went to college ready to dominate life, but I had no plan at all. My freshman schedule included public speaking 101, but as you can tell, I already knew how to speak, so I didn't need that class. Dropped it. You see, confidence is great until you have to back it up.
All right, so this was a good use of the pause. And I'll talk a little bit more about pauses later, but when I go through this presentation, that is probably for me one of the best uses of the pause. And we've talked about that over and over again in different episodes. Use the pause to your advantage.
Fast forward to my senior year, my advisor says, Tim, if you want to graduate, you got to take the class. So now I'm faced with my next enemy, required coursework, because nobody tells Tim what to do. So I took the class, right? Day comes for my first presentation, nervous, I'm a wreck, I'm sweating, I'm shaking, my knees are knocking together like they're ready to do the electric slide. And again, this is before you could become an influencer on TikTok, right? I had my slides printed on transparencies. You guys, older people understand, with the teacher had to slap the thing to keep the bulb working. Yeah. I put my notes on the lectern, I squared up to the class, and my body said, nope. I proceeded to throw up in front of the entire class. You guys are okay. Right?
Now, at this point, I'm 2 minutes and 39 seconds into the presentation, and I stayed in this section a bit too long, okay? So again, I'm more than halfway through, and we have two fears, and the audience still doesn't know why I'm telling the story, okay? So again, go back to why are they listening? What's the point of the overall presentation?
Whole class got to witness the transformation from paratrooper to projectile speaker. Okay? Professor was horrified. The rest of the students were laughing. And I walked out of the class thinking, cool, I guess I have to become a mime now. You see, up to that point, I'd always been able to outwork everything. I was never the strongest, the smartest, or the fastest. But if you ever hit me with, I bet you won't, I'd prove you wrong every single time. This wasn't about work ethic. This was about fear versus identity.
Okay, so now we're at the 320 mark, and this is where I make the pivot. This is more about fear versus identity. And again, I need to get to this point quicker. I would say probably at least a minute quicker, easy. But keep that in mind. We're 3:20 in of a 5-minute presentation, and now I'm finally starting to get to the point.
And that voice in my head telling me I couldn't do it was mine. And that voice was winning. On top of that, I'd always wanted to be a teacher. So how was that going to work if I can't give a 5-minute presentation without redecorating the floor? Eventually, I realized the problem wasn't the speech. The problem was me, trying to be perfect, trying to sound smart, trying to be impressive. I had to learn that I had to actually listen to other people, take advice, take coaching. And worst of all, I had to admit that I wasn't the one that had all the answers. And the transformation that changed my life was the idea that people don't connect with perfect. They connect with messy. That allowed me to become a high school teacher, a college professor, a public speaking coach, and a podcaster. You know, the guy that helped people not throw up.
Okay. So the time between 3:20, 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and 4 minutes and 20 seconds, this is the strongest section of the presentation. And this is where I shift from storyteller to coach. And it works. And there's 3 reasons why it works. I name perfectionism without shaming it. Number 2 is I model humility. And number 3, I don't position myself as fearless, just functional. Now, in this section, an improvement that I could make is make a statement that is a repeatable mental model. And ChatGPT suggested something along the lines of, most people think confidence comes before action. It doesn't. Confidence is the receipt, not the price. And if you give them something that becomes a repeatable mental model, that gives the audience the language they'll remember and that they will repeat.
And I laugh because I still hear that voice in my head sometimes that says, who do you think you are? Well, I'm the Scared Heights podcaster.
Now, and I know I just stopped it again quickly, but I just misspoke. I said I'm the Scared of Heights podcaster instead of the Scared of Heights paratrooper. The real question here is, did the audience catch it? I don't know. I didn't stop. I just kept going. I didn't go back and correct myself. I just kept going. Okay. So remember that we're going to misspeak. We're going to say things that maybe not necessarily make sense. Just keep going.
Who threw up in speech class, who built a career using my voice. And here's the reality. You all can do the same thing. Do the thing, whatever it is. Do it messy. But, whatever it is, your voice has that power to change the world. All you have to do is hit record. Thank you. Anybody wants to connect with me? There's my information. Thank you so much. If you guys have a great weekend.
Okay. So the closing, to me, this is the weakest part of the entire presentation. I need to be stronger on the call to action with the purpose of the presentation. ChatGPT suggested closing with, if you're waiting to feel ready before you start a podcast or say yes to being a podcast guest, you'll be waiting for it for forever. Fear doesn't disappear when you plan better. It disappears when you press record. And I'm not really sure what that would be yet. I need to give that a little bit more thought. But what ChatGPT suggested, it isn't bad, but not really my style. But I do need to be stronger in the close. Overall, I think I did pretty well. I had a conversational rhythm. I used self-aware humor, not self-pity. I have authority without preaching. I think I commanded the room. I commanded the stage. Some of the things that need work. Obviously, I mentioned that at the opening, I needed to pause a little bit longer before I started. I also rushed punchlines after laughs. I should pause a little bit more and let silence do some more work for me at the end. I think I had the one good pause that I did point out, but overall, use more pauses. Use more pauses at the beginning, in certain sections like laughing, and then at the end. And as you can tell, that final thank you section was really rushed. And again, I should take some time, pause, let that rest with the audience at the end. And so my final comment on the end is I need to plant my feet, deliver the final line, pause, and then thank them. But again, just things to look at. Overall, not bad. The message of don't let fear stop you from starting or guesting on a podcast is communicated, but it could be better. The point of this exercise is to show that watching it back and critiquing it will really help you improve. And if you want coaching, this is one of the ways I help people get better at public speaking. Remember, this isn't just done on a stage. This can be done in many different scenarios. Reach out if you want help becoming a powerful communicator. That's all for today. Remember, we're looking for progress, not perfection. Be sure to visit speakingwithconfidencepodcast.com to get your free ebook, The Top 21 Challenges for Public Speakers and How to Overcome Them. You can also register for the Formula for Public Speaking course. Always remember, your voice has the power to change the world. We'll talk to you next time. Take care. I hope you enjoyed today's show. And don't forget to enter the contest. Remember, I'm giving away one free 3-hour one-on-one coaching package that focuses on communication and leadership skills. All you have to do to enter is listen to the Speaking with Confidence podcast and leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Then take a screenshot of your review and share it on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram. And remember, don't forget to tag me. You're not entered unless you tag me. And you can earn additional entries by purchasing my new book, Connections That Count, and leaving a review on Amazon and posting that as well. Remember, the contest closes on February 16th, 2026, so don't wait to take action. Implementing the insights from these podcasts can elevate your career, and who knows, you might just win that coaching package to help you even further. We'll talk to you next time. Take care.